On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Quaint.
Attractively or charmingly old-fashioned or unusual, often used to describe something with a pleasingly unusual or quirky appearance or manner.
Examples:
Quaint village. Quaint cottage. The quaint old town was full of historic buildings and charming shops.
Mustang.
A small, hardy breed of horse found in the American West that typically has a stocky build, short mane, and a wild or untamed temperament.
Examples:
A group of mustangs. Saddle up his trusty Mustang. The wild Mustang galloped across the open plains, its mane flowing in the wind.
Arouse.
To awaken strong feelings or emotions in someone, to excite or inspire a physical or emotional response.
Examples:
Arouse desire. Arouse suspicion. The rousing speech by the politician aroused the audience to action.
Hostility.
Aggressive or unfriendly feelings or behavior.
Examples:
An act of hostility. Bitter hostility. Her unconcealed hostility made us unpleasant.
Darwinism.
The theory of evolution proposed by Charles Darwin, stating that species evolve through natural selection, survival of the fittest, and adaptation to the environment.
Examples:
Digital Darwinism. Economic Darwinism. The concept of social Darwinism was often misused to justify socioeconomic inequalities.
Christen.
To give a name to a baby at a Christian ceremony, to welcome them into the Christian church.
Examples:
Christen a child. Christen the baby at the baptism. The newborn baby was christened in a ceremony at the church.
Advisedly.
Done with careful consideration or thought, deliberately or intentionally.
Examples:
Consider advisedly. Speak advisedly. He advisedly chose not to take any risks before the important exam.
Theorist.
A person who develops or formulates theories about a particular subject, especially in the sciences or social sciences. Someone who engages in theoretical thinking or speculation.
Examples:
Scientific theorist. Conspiracy theorist. The feminist theorist criticized traditional models of gender roles and argued for greater equality between the sexes.
Refute.
To say or prove that something is wrong or false.
Examples:
Refute an opponent. Refute the foolish idea. The latest experimental results have refuted the previous speculation.
Atheist.
A person who does not believe in the existence of a god or gods.
Examples:
Atheist community. Professed atheist. She was an atheist and did not believe in any form of religion.
Creationist.
A person who believes in the literal interpretation of religious texts, particularly the Bible, and holds that the universe and living things were created by a divine or supernatural force rather than through natural processes.
Examples:
Creationist claim. Creationist theory. The old earth creationist believed God created the universe and all life on earth.
Phobia.
An extreme or irrational fear of a particular object, person, situation, or activity, a type of anxiety disorder.
Examples:
Phobia treatment. Social phobia. She has a phobia of spiders and always avoids them.
Atheism.
The disbelief or lack of belief in the existence of a god or gods, the rejection of theism or religious belief, the philosophical or doctrinal position that there is no deity.
Examples:
Militant atheism. Atheism in philosophy. The convention was a gathering of thinkers discussing atheism in contemporary society.
Larceny.
The unlawful or unauthorized taking and carrying away of someone else's personal property with the intent to deprive them of it permanently, theft.
Examples:
Grand larceny. Commit larceny. The suspect was charged with larceny for stealing valuable artwork.
Theologian.
An expert or student who studies theology.
Examples:
Swedish theologian. Great theologians. Death gets more than its share of attention from theologians.
Papal.
Relating to the Pope, equals the head of the Roman Catholic Church, or the Roman Catholic Church.
Examples:
Papal authority. Papal visit. The papal palace was a grand and imposing structure.
Miller.
A person who operates a mill, equals a plant consisting of one or more buildings with facilities for manufacturing, especially a grain mill.
Examples:
Miller flour. Watermiller. The miller's work was a vital component of the local economy, providing flour to the bakeries and farmers in the area.
Devout.
Deeply committed to a specific religious faith or practice, often showing great reverence or piety.
Examples:
Devout Buddhist. Act in a devout manner. The devout monk spent hours each day in prayer and contemplation.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Godsend.
Something or someone that comes unexpectedly and is very helpful or beneficial.
Examples:
Godsend opportunity. A godsend for farmers. The extra funding for the project was a godsend and allowed us to complete it on time.
Tantamount.
Equivalent in value, significance, or effect to something else, virtually equal to or interchangeable with something else.
Examples:
Tantamount to impossible. Tantamount to treason. His behavior is tantamount to bullying and will not be tolerated.
Delude.
To deceive or mislead someone, to give a false impression of something.
Examples:
Delude with false promises. Delude the public. It is easy to delude yourself into thinking everything is fine when it's not.
Corrosive.
Having the ability to corrode or erode a material or substance, causing damage or deterioration over time, harmful or destructive.
Examples:
Corrosive substance. Corrosive effect. The corrosive acid ate away at the metal pipes.
Preach.
To deliver a religious or moral message to an audience.
Examples:
Preach the gospel. Preach to the masses. The pastor preached about the importance of forgiveness.
Reassure.
To cause someone to feel sure, to give or restore confidence.
Examples:
Reassure anxious patients. Reassure market. The pilot tried to reassure the customers that the planes were safe.
Militant.
Willing to use force or violence to achieve a political or social goal.
Examples:
Militant nations. A militant reformer. The militant group launched a series of attacks on government buildings.
Enthrall.
To capture or hold someone's attention or interest completely, to captivate or fascinate.
Examples:
Enthrall with beauty. Enthrall the reader. The magician's illusions always managed to enthrall the audience.
Atheistic.
Pertaining to or characterized by atheism, which is the belief or doctrine that there is no God or higher power.
Examples:
Atheistic beliefs. Atheistic approach. The author's atheistic views were evident in her writing, where she denounced the existence of a higher power.
Improbable.
Not likely to happen or be true, unlikely, having a low probability or chance of occurring.
Examples:
Improbable story. Improbable event. It is improbable that we will find a solution to this problem overnight.
Disapprove.
To have or express an unfavorable opinion or judgment about something or someone.
Examples:
Disapprove of the government. Publicly disapprove. I disapprove of my friend's decision to drop out of school and pursue a career in music instead.
Postulate.
To suggest or assume the existence, truth, or necessity of something, typically as a basis for reasoning or further investigation.
Examples:
Postulate a theory. Postulate an argument. Scientists postulate that gravity plays a major role in the universe's formation.
Parsimonious.
Excessively frugal or stingy, unwilling to spend money or resources, extremely economical to the point of being overly cautious.
Examples:
Parsimonious spender. Parsimonious lifestyle. The parsimonious homeowner diligently saved every penny by reducing energy consumption and conserving water.
Sinewy.
Characterized by strong and lean muscles, having well-developed and prominent muscles, tough and strong, often referring to physical strength or appearance.
Examples:
Sinewy tree branches. Sinewy physique. The bodybuilder's sinewy arms showcased his strength and dedication to fitness.
Incapable.
Unable to do, control, or achieve something.
Examples:
Drunk and incapable. Incapable of being resisted. He seems incapable of understanding what she says.
Republican.
A person who supports or advocates for a particular form of government, typically one that has an elected head of state rather than a monarch, a member or supporter of the Republican Party in the United States.
Examples:
Republican ideology. Republican Party. Many Republican lawmakers are advocating for stricter immigration policies.
Furor.
A state of great excitement, public outrage, or public anger over something.
Examples:
Create a furor. The furor over the issue. The new tax law caused a furor among small business owners.
Frantic.
Marked by uncontrolled excitement or emotion, wild, frenzied.
Examples:
Frantic pace. With frantic haste. The mother was frantic as she searched for her lost child.
Supernatural.
Of or relating to existence outside the natural world, not able to be explained by natural laws.
Examples:
Supernatural beings. Supernatural intuition. The supernatural powers of the witch were the stuff of legends.
Chant.
A simple melody or tune, typically one that is repeated or sung in a monotonous way. Verb, recite with musical intonation.
Examples:
Chant melodies. Chant in the chapel. The soccer game crowd broke into a chant of "Go, team, go."
Asteroid.
Also planetoid, a small rocky body orbiting the Sun, typically in the region between Mars and Jupiter.
Examples:
Asteroid mining. Asteroid explorer. Scientists are studying the composition and origins of the asteroid belt to understand the early solar system better.
Dinosaur.
A large extinct reptile, often with an armored back, long neck, tail, and bony plates on the skin.
Examples:
Hulking dinosaur. Dinosaur fossil. The discovery of a new dinosaur species made headlines in the scientific community.
Iridium.
A chemical element with the symbol Ir and atomic number 77, which is a hard, brittle, and silvery white transition metal of the platinum group, often used in certain high-temperature applications like spark plugs or crucibles for crystal growth.
Examples:
Iridium satellite. Iridium coating. Many scientists believe a layer of iridium in the geologic record points to an ancient asteroid impact.
Argon.
A chemical element with the symbol Ar that is a colorless, odorless, and inert gas, often used in welding and other industrial processes.
Examples:
Argon gas. Argon-filled light bulb. The light emitted by argon gas is often used in advertising signs.
Crater.
A huge bowl-shaped cavity in the earth or an object in space, usually created by an explosion or the impact of a meteorite.
Examples:
Crater lake. Lunar crater. An enormous crater marks the area where the vast volcanic explosion occurred.
Vouchsafe.
To grant or give something graciously or condescendingly, to choose to reveal or disclose something willingly, often with a sense of privilege or superiority.
Examples:
Vouchsafe a moment of your time. Vouchsafe a glimpse. The CEO vouchsafed the new project details to only a select group of employees.
Unquestioning.
Accepting, believing, or obeying without hesitation or doubt, uncritical or unthinking, not inclined to challenge or question authority or beliefs.
Examples:
Unquestioning acceptance. Unquestioning loyalty. Her unquestioning obedience to her parents' rules sometimes led to trouble.
Promulgate.
To make known or announce officially, to publicly declare or communicate a law, rule, belief, or idea.
Examples:
Promulgate guidelines. Promulgate new regulations. The government issued a decree to promulgate new laws regarding environmental conservation.
Dogma.
A belief or set of beliefs that the members of a group accept without being questioned or doubted.
Examples:
Religious dogma. The secret dogma. All members strictly followed the dogma of the organization.
Inconceivable.
Hard to imagine or believe.
Examples:
Inconceivable pain. Inconceivable ideas. It would be inconceivable for him to alter his behavior.
Patriotic.
Having or showing love for one's country and a desire for its success and welfare.
Examples:
Patriotic duty. Patriotic fervor. He was wearing a patriotic t-shirt with the American flag on it.
Patriotism.
Love and loyalty to one's country.
Examples:
The spirit of patriotism. Fanatic patriotism. His actions were a testament to his deep love and patriotism for his country.
Patriot.
A person who loves their nation and would fight for it if required.
Examples:
Blind patriot. Zealous patriot. He is more of a hypocrite than a patriot, to be honest.
Bigotry.
Intolerance toward those who hold different opinions from oneself.
Examples:
Ethnic bigotry. Self-righteous bigotry. Bigotry and discrimination have no place in our society.
Blurt.
To utter suddenly and impulsively, without prior thought or consideration, to let something slip out unintentionally.
Examples:
Blurt about the inside story. Blurt in frustration. I didn't mean to blurt out the answer, but it came out before I could stop.
Retract.
To take back, withdraw, or revoke something that has been said or done, to disavow or repudiate a statement or assertion that one has previously made.
Examples:
Retract a promise. Retract a lawsuit. I need to retract my statement because I realized it was incorrect.
Incidentally.
By the way, as an aside or in passing.
Examples:
Incidentally discovered. Incidentally mentioned. Incidentally, I know the answer to that question.
Entitle.
To give someone the right to have or do something. To give a title to someone or something.
Examples:
Entitle him to a pension. Entitle the company to use the logo. The employee was entitled to a week of vacation time.
Vilify.
To speak or write about someone or something in a way that is likely to make people have a very low opinion of them.
Examples:
Vilify the press. Publicly vilify. The media has been vilifying the politician for his controversial statements.
Undeniable.
Not possible to deny, true or certain.
Examples:
An undeniable fact. An undeniable masterpiece. Her influence on teenagers is undeniable.
Beleaguer.
To surround, harass, or besiege with difficulties or problems, to subject to constant or repeated trouble or suffering.
Examples:
Beleaguer the project. Beleaguer her every day. The company has been beleaguered with financial difficulties since the market downturn.
Outnumber.
To be more numerous or greater in number than another group or entity. To exceed in quantity or number.
Examples:
Outnumber our opponents. Outnumber males. The number of tourists in the city now outnumbers the locals.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples:
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Proverb.
A short saying that expresses a truth or gives advice based on practical experience.
Examples:
A hackneyed proverb. Ancient proverb. The famous proverb actions speak louder than words reminds us to focus on deeds instead of words.
Overawe.
To impress or influence someone through the use of power, authority, or an overwhelming presence. To intimidate or awe someone into submission or compliance.
Examples:
Overawe him into obedience. Overawe the audience. The new student's exceptional talent in mathematics overawed his classmates.
Consign.
To give over, entrust, or assign control of something, particularly to another person, for safekeeping or delivery. To designate or set aside something for a particular purpose or use.
Examples:
Consign to oblivion. Consign the rare coins to an auction house. I will consign these old clothes to the donation bin.
Oblivion.
The state of being completely forgotten or unknown, the state of being unconscious or unaware, the condition of being destroyed, wiped out, or erased from existence.
Examples:
Vanish into oblivion. drunk in oblivion. The author's work was forgotten and fell into oblivion after his death.
Mobilize.
To make something ready for action or use, to organize people or resources for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Mobilize cooperation. Mobilize a stiff joint. The military mobilized troops to the border.
Underestimate.
To think or suppose that a quantity, price, or size is smaller than it is.
Examples:
Underestimate an enemy. Underestimate the probability. They frequently underestimated their abilities and felt inferior.
Socioeconomic.
Relating to the social and economic factors that shape an individual, group, or community, particularly in terms of income, occupation, education, and social class.
Examples:
Socioeconomic status. Socioeconomic issues. The socioeconomic conditions of a country can significantly affect its political stability.
Meta.
Pertaining to or involving a higher or more abstract level of analysis, interpretation, or self-reference, often used to describe aspects of gaming, social media, or other online communities that involve self-conscious or self-referential elements.
Examples:
Meta-analysis. Meta-language. The meta-description of a website is an important element for search engine optimization.
Shatter.
To break suddenly into many pieces.
Examples:
Shatter the plate. Shatter a world record. Her husband's death shattered her life entirely.
Agnostic.
A person who believes that it is impossible to know whether there is a God.
Examples:
Agnostic worldview. Agnostic position. Her scientific background led her to be agnostic about the existence of a higher power.
Immortality.
The state or quality of being able to live or last forever.
Examples:
The immortality of the soul. Achieve immortality. Many people believe in the concept of immortality and an afterlife.
Grotesque.
Bizarre or fantastic in shape, appearance, or character. Fantastic, bizarre.
Examples:
Have grotesque design. Grotesque appearance. The grotesque sculpture made me feel uneasy.
Mismatch.
To put together or match items that are not compatible or do not fit well together. To be different from or not correspond to something else.
Examples:
Mismatch expectations. Mismatch socks. The colors of the shirt and pants totally mismatch, making the outfit look ridiculous.
Intelligentsia.
The educated and intellectual elite of society, particularly those involved in cultural or artistic pursuits.
Examples:
Members of intelligentsia. Artistic intelligentsia. The voices of the political and academic intelligentsia dominated the debate.
Abhorrent.
Causing extreme disgust or hatred, completely unacceptable or intolerable.
Examples:
Abhorrent act of violence. Abhorrent remarks. The government's treatment of refugees is abhorrent and violates basic human rights.
Unbecoming.
Not suitable or fitting for a particular role, position, or character, inappropriate or inappropriate in behavior, appearance, or manner.
Examples:
Unbecoming language. Unbecoming attire. His unbecoming behavior at the office party led to his suspension.
Forbid.
To order somebody not to do something, especially officially, to keep something from happening or arising.
Examples:
Forbid smoking in public areas. Forbid the use of chemical weapons. God forbid you should regret your marriage.
Stoop.
To bend forward and downward from the waist, often to pick something up or gain a better view, to lower oneself morally or socially.
Examples:
Stoop forward in the chair. Stoop to conquer. I had to stoop down to pick up the coin that had rolled under the couch.
Abrupt.
Sudden and unexpected.
Examples:
Abrupt departure. Speak in an abrupt manner. The sudden, abrupt change in weather caught everyone by surprise.
Stumble.
To miss a step and fall or nearly fall, to walk unsteadily.
Examples:
Stumble financially. Stumble through life. She stumbled over the tree root.
Dedicate.
To give all of your energy, time, etc., entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause, to set apart for a particular purpose or use.
Examples:
Dedicate a few hours. Dedicate a chapter to the subject. He dedicated his life to helping others.
Muddle.
To mix up or confuse something, to make a mess of something, to create disorder or chaos.
Examples:
Muddle the instructions. Muddle the situation. I accidentally muddled up the reports and need help to tell which.
Mistakenly.
In a mistaken or incorrect way, wrongly.
Examples:
Mistakenly left his keys. Mistakenly delete the important file. He mistakenly thought the red liquid was juice, but it was paint.
Retort.
To answer back or respond sharply in a sarcastic or witty manner. To counter an argument or statement with a quick and incisive reply.
Examples:
Retort impulsively. Retort with clarity and poise. He retorted sharply to the critic's negative review of his work.
Writ.
A written legal order or command.
Examples:
A writ of summons. Issue a writ. He was served with a writ of eviction, giving him the notice to vacate the property.
Lapse.
A temporary or brief failure in judgment, action, or behavior, a gradual or slow decline, often referring to a loss of performance, quality, or attention, a period of time that has passed. Verb, to fall or slip into a particular state, often one that is undesirable or unintended.
Examples:
Lapse back into recession. Lapse in payment. I missed the deadline due to a lapse in my memory.
Sabbatical.
A period of leave granted to a person for rest, travel, or other pursuits, often in academia or other professions.
Examples:
Sabbatical leave. Sabbatical year. After 10 years of teaching, she took a sabbatical to travel the world.
Teapot.
A small, usually handleless pot with a spout used for boiling or brewing tea. It often has a lid to prevent heat loss during steeping and is typically made of ceramic or metal.
Examples:
Antique teapot. Porcelain teapot. The ceramic teapot shattered on the kitchen floor when I accidentally dropped it.
Unicorn.
A mythical horse-like creature with a single horn on its forehead, a privately held startup company that reached a valuation of $1 billion.
Examples:
Unicorn beetle. Unicorn investors. In medieval times, people believed that the unicorn horn had magical powers that could cure diseases.
Onus.
A burden, responsibility, or obligation, something that is required to be done or achieved.
Examples:
Legal onus. Financial onus. The onus of responsibility fell on the project manager to meet the deadline.
Humanist.
A person who is concerned with the welfare and rights of all human beings, one who believes in the inherent worth and dignity of every person and stresses the importance of human values and ethical principles.
Examples:
Humanist scholar. Humanist philosophy. The humanist counselor encouraged her clients to focus on their growth and well-being.
Anthropology.
The scientific study of humanity, concerned with human behavior, human biology, cultures, societies, and linguistics in both the present and past, including past human species.
Examples:
Social anthropology. Anthropology of religion. The areas of anthropology and psychology are significantly related to one another.
Naturalism.
A philosophical belief that everything, including human behavior and cognition, can be explained solely by natural causes and laws.
Examples:
Naturalism in literature. Philosophical naturalism. The scientific method is often seen as an embodiment of naturalism, as it seeks to understand the natural world through observation and experimentation.
Confuse.
To mistake one thing for another, to make somebody hard to understand.
Examples:
Confuse the listener. Confuse fantasy with reality. Her remarks confused the debate.
Lynch.
To put to death or punish, usually by hanging, without legal authorization or due process, often as an act of mob justice or vigilante action. Noun, a violent punishment, often extrajudicial, in which a mob or group of people seize and kill someone, usually by hanging, as a form of punishment or vengeance.
Examples:
Lynch law. Lynch him to death. The mob wanted to lynch the suspect before he could be tried in court.
Pediatrics.
The branch of medicine that deals with the care and treatment of children.
Examples:
Pediatrics department. Pediatrics clinic. I am studying pediatrics in medical school because I love working with children.
Pedophile.
A person who is sexually attracted to children, particularly those under the age of 13, a person who engages in sexual activity with children.
Examples:
Convicted pedophile. Internet pedophiles. A suspected pedophile in the neighborhood has caused worry among parents.
Theism.
The belief in the existence of a god or gods, often associated with organized religion and the worship of a higher power.
Examples:
Philosophical theism. Strict theism to questioning believer. Several courses in the theology department delve into the complexities and challenges of contemporary theism.
Connote.
To suggest or imply something in addition to its literal or primary meaning. To imply something beyond the literal or primary meaning.
Examples:
Connote emotion. Connote symbolism. The word home connotes a sense of warmth and comfort.
Physicist.
A scientist who specializes in the field of physics.
Examples:
Talented physicist. Theoretical physicist. Einstein was an outstanding and famous physicist of the 20th century.
Hawk.
A bird of prey typically having short rounded wings and a long tail, an advocate of an aggressive policy on foreign relations.
Examples:
Cast off a hawk. Congressional hawk. That team signed a center forward who was a ball hawk.
Shorthand.
A system of rapid handwriting or abbreviation that uses symbols, abbreviations, or other devices to represent words or phrases, a short and simple way of expressing or describing something.
Examples:
Learn shorthand. Write in shorthand. The secretary's shorthand was so good that she could type up meeting minutes within minutes.
Hysterical.
Marked by or in a state of excessive or uncontrollable emotion.
Examples:
Hysterical laughter. Get hysterical easily. The frustration that had accumulated for a long time made her hysterical.
Nettle.
A herbaceous plant with stinging hairs that cause a sharp, prickly sensation upon contact. A person or thing that irritates or annoys.
Examples:
Nettle rash. Nettle leaves. The nettle sting left a painful rash on my arm.
Frisson.
A sudden intense feeling or thrill, often accompanied by shivers or goosebumps, typically brought on by excitement, anticipation, or a strong emotional response.
Examples:
Sense of frisson. Spine-tingling frisson. The scary movie gave me a frisson of fear, sending shivers down my spine.
Confrontational.
Characterized by a readiness to confront others, particularly in a challenging or aggressive manner, inclined to argue or disagree rather than compromise or find common ground.
Examples:
Confrontational approach. Confrontational personality. Her confrontational attitude caused tension in the workplace.
Dread.
To be very afraid of or worried about something that is going to happen or that might happen.
Examples:
Dread failure. Dread getting old. We all dread to think about what will happen if the company goes bankrupt.
Worldview.
A particular philosophy or cognitive orientation of life or conception of the world.
Examples:
Mainstream worldview. The worldview of the ancient civilization. The war between the two countries was also a battle between competing worldviews.
Poetic.
Of or relating to poetry, equals a piece of writing that emphasizes the expression of feelings and ideas, using language in an imaginative and expressive way.
Examples:
Poetic genius. Poetic justice. The sunset was so beautiful it looked like a poetic scene from a movie.
Arsenal.
A collection of weapons or military equipment stored in preparation for war or conflict. A collection of resources or tools available for use in a particular field or endeavor.
Examples:
Arsenal of knowledge. Political arsenal. The police found a hidden arsenal of weapons in the suspect's house.
Magnificence.
The quality or state of being extremely good, beautiful, or deserving to be admired.
Examples:
incomparable magnificence. The magnificence of classical music. The magnificence of the palace was breathtaking.
Reverence.
A deep respect for someone or something.
Examples:
reverence for tradition. Pay reverence to him. The people of the village showed great reverence for the elderly.
Despise.
To feel strong dislike or contempt for someone or something, often because of a perceived fault or failing. To have a low or unfavorable opinion of something.
Examples:
despise a particular food. Secretly despise. I despise injustice and those who perpetrate it.